What's up, guys? So today I'm going to do a quick little video that's going to allow me to get some more work done on the Supra, and also give you guys a quick little video. So I was kind of thinking about it a little bit, and trying to figure out like a cheap boost gauge, like a really cheap boost gauge. So the cheapest boost gauge I found on Amazon was like $10.99. Cheapest one I found on eBay, I don't know, it's around the same price. The cheapest local one I could find is like at Harbor Freight. They're like 15 bucks. But today we're gonna make our own. So check this out. So we're in the Saab today. Look at this, 5 to 60 psi. This is a little hyper tough thing, and it has a little release valve on it. And I think this release valve, you need to get the one with the release valve. But we're gonna turn this into a boost gauge. So what I did is I went to Oreilly's and I got some vacuum tubing. This fitting was $5.99, which is kind of a lot. This was $5.77, and then this little thing was like $1. So the plan is we'll pull this out of the package. Let's see. I already ripped it open, and so basically the plan. Pull it out of the package, and we'll twist this off right here, this little release thing. And why I said that this will need this is because that relieves the pressure from inside this chamber, which means there's like a valve stem in here that lets it pressurize. So we need this gauge to kind of go up and down so it doesn't just build pressure and hold it. So that's why that's kind of important. So this is an 1/8 NTP. And then I have a little union, so we'll put the little union on there, and then we'll take this little fuel fitting and we'll just put it right there on top, and we'll have a little, we'll get a little boost gauge. And I also got 4 feet of some vacuum tubing, and so I think we're gonna install it on the Saab, because the Saab does have a factory turbo gauge, but from what I've been told is this turbo gauge doesn't really tell you whether you're in boost. It's just kind of like a mass airflow sensor voltage thing. So it may work, it may not. I mean, it doesn't really give you an idea whether you're actually in boost or how much boost you're pushing. So I think we might do something real easy and just run it up so it's like on the dash, or maybe like tape it to the windshield or something stupid like that, just to see if it works. Come on. But as long as I could kind of get a pair of pliers or something on that. This thing I think is like Loctited on there. So I don't want to break it. I don't want to break the boost gauge trying to do this crap. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Shit. You might be wondering, how did I know this was 1/8 NTP? Why didn't I? Guessed. So yeah, you just twist that guy on there, twist this guy in here, and we got a boost gauge. Yeah, this isn't a good design, for at least what I'm doing. I mean, it's like a tire pressure gauge, it would work. And ideally, I'd like to have like an ATV gauge or something that only went to like 20 psi, something like that, versus the one that goes to 60. But maybe if we ever get an OM 606 on the channel with a big old mechanical pump and throw some fuel at it, we're gonna have to push like 50 pounds of boost out of it so we can make some ponies. $5 for this stupid brass fitting. I didn't realize it was in like the $2.99 pile. World. No. Cool. There we go, guys. Boost gauge. Alright, need to pop the hood on this bad guy. the other question is, where am I going to get the boost reference from? So right here on the turbo, there's a little outlet on this side. It goes right there. You can see that line right there. Focuses on that, not my finger. If I tee into that, I should be able to get a nice boost reference. The other thing is, there might be something on the back of the intake manifold. Nothing else is rubber that I could tap into, and I really don't want to do this as like a permanent thing. So what I'll probably do is I'll just extend this a little bit, or I'll just get a little T. This goes to the wastegate. I'll get a little T and I'll tee it into that, so I won't actually like cut this hose. I'll just leave it all stock length, and then I'll just tee into it. So I need to go find a T. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this wastegate solenoid up a little bit. I want to break this because these Saabs rely a lot on their wastegate solenoids. Basically, they throw codes if they don't see what they want to see. If they're not working how they're supposed to work. So he said little T right here. I'm going to get like a hose clamp for that. Little T for that. I'll go ahead and I'll cut me some little bit of line real quick. Kind of tee into this guy. Yeah, I'll have to put some zip ties on that. And then what we'll do is we'll just hook into this guy right there. I definitely need some zip ties. Or some like little hose clamp or something. The top one's holding pretty good. These ones down here I don't like. Okay, nice and tight. That one feels pretty good on there, so I think we're alright. Alright. You'd never know. So we got a little line running up here. There's like a wasp in there, poor guy. And I don't actually have, it's not long enough to go in the car. So, I don't know, unless we could squeak it in through there. That's not long enough. Alright guys, there it is, officially mounted. We got it gorilla taped to the windshield wiper. Like I said, it wasn't long enough. So we should be able to see how much boost we make. So I guess let's go take it for a ride. So it actually works. I have the original GoPro mounting it to the dash. Do a little third gear here real quick. It's kind of hard for me to do this and drive, but it seems like we're only hitting about 10 pounds. But it works. It really works. I really wish I had a little bit more vacuum line to actually bring it inside the car. I think that'd be just kind of funny to almost just like drill a hole and have it like hanging out of somewhere. But I don't even know where I'd want to put it because I don't really want to drill a hole in the dash anywhere. But it'd almost be kind of funny like hanging it from like the roof or something, just with like some line. But it's not really that easy to install a boost gauge in one of these cars. There's not really a whole lot of easily accessible spots, I guess. The one thing I could think of is going through like where the shift boot is for like the shifter stuff, like the shift linkage. But I don't know. We'll look a little bit better when we get back to the shop. But yeah, it seems like it's only hitting about 10 pounds right now. So the next thing I want to do is test its accuracy against this one. So we were hitting right at, it was like that 0.5 bar mark, which would be like 7.5 pounds. What we'll do is we'll pull this off and we'll just kind of put this one in. This should work just fine. Okay. And then now, let's see, we'll do that. We'll just do. That other one wasn't too accurate. You can see this one hits a little over 12 pounds, which is pretty much what I expected. So that I guess that kind of gives me a good baseline, because here shortly I would like to get this thing tuned. It is 100% stock right now, an 08 Aero 2.8T 6-speed manual, all stock, other than I deleted both the cats in it. So it feels a little bit quicker than my, I don't know, it feels about the same as my other one. I think my other one had a small tune on it, but it had the cats. So anyhow, I guess that that concludes our boost gauge test. As I've talked about before on this car, I would like to do some sort of an upgraded turbo on it, because right now it's a V6 single turbo. It has a divided inlet. So basically it's like a twin scroll turbo. Pretty small. It's like a TD04 size. I don't know, what kind of a universal, I don't know, TD04, whatever. It's not that big. You can see pretty small compressor side. It gets into boost super quick, makes that 12 pounds like nothing. But I think it'd be really rad to throw like a 2867 on here, like a Garrett, you know, Gen 2 ball bearing thing. I don't know. I don't think it would be too hard to kind of make like a little Y manifold up in like a little V-band flange, connect to like the existing downpipe. I think that'd be pretty rad. Maybe eventually, but for now I do really want to get a tune on here. It's funny because the ECUs are just right here. Yeah, needs a tune. Alright guys, so that concludes my super cheap, under $10, actually it was more than $10 because it's stupid fitting, but if it wasn't for that, this would be an under $10 boost gauge. And I think that's almost the cheapest boost gauge you could buy, or make, or whatever. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this super short, kind of simple video. Like I said, it kind of allows me to you know, get some more stuff done in the shop, you know, working on this thing in the background, because sometimes these things, a video for this takes a couple days, whereas a video like that doesn't take that much time. But anyhow, appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to see some more shorter, like little how-to making little random crap like this, just let me know. Then we'll go from there. Have a good one.